know the Bible is full of contradictions. That book's got more holes than a colander in a spaghetti western.
What contradictions?
Here's a good one. When Jesus was resurrected, how many angels were at the tomb? Luke says 2. Matthew says there was only 1. 1 does not equal 2. The so-called eyewitness accounts disagree. Ergo, contradiction, QED, quod erat diplodocus.
I don't think that's what QED stands for.
Answer the question.
They're both saying that there were angels there who said Jesus was alive.
You're clearly biased.
What makes you so sure you're not biased too?
Oh, my actual days. Your dad's dead.
Oh man, that sucks. Who's going to drive me to recorder lessons? I mean, karate.
It doesn't look like blood. It's... yes, ketchup. Save Day's own brand, if I'm not mistaken. Good brand.
Looks like he was sneaking some pizza. Mum said we weren't allowed any until tonight.
Naughty Daddy. But how did he fall? Let's investigate.
Can't we keep talking about contradictions in the Bible?
We can do both. But first to your dad's hat box.
So, there's different ways of looking at the same thing. We might both see 2 elephants in the high street. You might say, there was a load of elephants. I might say, an elephant pooed on my homework.
Look at this hat.
They're not contradictory or different interpretations, just 2 different descriptions of the same event.
Here you go.
Are you listening?
If I answered a maths question by saying that 2 equals 1, I would be laughed out of school.
What about the big bits that don't contradict? Feeding the 5,000, Jesus dying on the cross and rising again.
Well, they could have got together to make those bits up, or just copied each other. Ready?
I'm not entirely content with my hat.
Let's go. Look for clues. Aha!
What?
Beth's skateboard. Very interesting.
Mum told Beth to put this away.
Then why is it here?
You done?
Beth, your skateboard was found at the scene of the crime, even though you had been told to put it away. I forgot.
You forgot? And now your father is lying in there, covered in ketchup and...
Should we do something about that?
Don't worry, this kind of thing happens to Dad surprisingly often. Your father, your own father, Beth, what have you done? What have you done?
It was all my fault. I brought Gary the school grasshopper home and he escaped. Daddy went looking for him in the kitchen. I was upstairs. He must have tripped on my skateboard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry doesn't even begin to cover it, Beth. Interview terminated. Case closed. Chris, I don't believe it. He stole the pizza. Yes, and then while he was chasing Beth's grasshopper, which Beth let escape, he tripped on Beth's skateboard, which Beth left out. Isn't that naughty of Beth? Tripped? That's not what I saw.
Interesting. What did you see?
I was putting the bike away in the garage. I saw Dad through the window looking like his legs were straight, like he was on rollerblades, and he was holding a net. Then there was a big crash. I had to put the bike away, but I came as soon as I could.
Interesting. We have 2 contradictory versions of events. Beth said your dad tripped on her skateboard, but your mum said he was on rollerblades.
Well, someone's got it wrong then.
Like in the Bible.
That's different.
When I said contradictions, you immediately assumed that one of the 2 eyewitnesses had got it wrong.
But...
It's 2 contradicting stories. Just like 2 angels or 1 angel.
Wait. Perhaps you can see it from both points of view. What if Dad was using Beth's skateboard and my skateboard as well? That would explain why he looked like he was on rollerblades.
And he had a net because he was trying to catch the escaped grasshopper using 2 skateboards. That makes sense.
Does it?
Well, it explains it at least. He's waking up.
He's going to be in trouble with Mum for taking the pizza.
Sam, if your mum heard a crash from outside, how come you didn't hear anything? And why is your skateboard parked neatly next to the front door?
Chris, what did I tell you about that pizza?
What? Oh, sorry, it won't happen again. What exactly happened?
But wait, Holly, how could you have seen Chris holding a net in his hands if he was eating pizza?
Sam, what's that red stuff round your mouth?
I don't remember the pizza. I was trying to catch Gary, the grasshopper. He was too fast. Sam said I could stand on his and Beth's skateboard and he would push me. I lost control a bit. I'm sure this kitchen is getting smaller.
And then Sam, you saw a chance to take some pizza and frame your dad for it. Then you blamed Beth for leaving her skateboard out. You are literally the worst brother imaginable. Which is why you opened the door, wiping your face and swallowing something. I've got you in trouble now, haven't I?
That's it, Sam. No recorder lessons for you this week.
Sorry I got you in trouble.
Nah, I got myself in trouble when I ate the pizza.
Can't believe the way we caught you out. Putting contradictory eyewitness stuff together and all.
It's called harmonising. Like Sam's recorder quartet all play different harmony lines, but they make much better music together than when Sam practices on his lonely lonesome. Mum! Here's a question, Sherlock Andy. Why do you think people come up with different views of the Bible, even though it's based on the same evidence?
Some of us are more smarter than others. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it often depends on your starting point. If you're looking for contradictions in the Bible, you can find them. But if you're looking to find harmonies, on the whole you can do that easily too. Some of the so-called contradictions are trickier, but not enough to disprove the Bible.
So how many angels were at the tomb?
Why don't you have a go at harmonising it?
Maybe there could have been 2 angels, but one of the writers only mentions the one that was talking.
That's possible, isn't it?
Only because I made it work.
Look, Andy, the number of angels is important, but actually, the fact that angels were there at all shows it was an important event.
But why don't they just say the same thing?
You said earlier that would mean they were all made up together. Quiet, Sam. Grown-ups talking here. What would you like the Gospels to be like, Andy?
I'd like them to be the same enough that you know for sure what happened, but different enough that you know they didn't all conspire to make it up together. And no contradictions.
Well, I think that's what you get with the Gospels. They agree on the big story. Jesus of Nazareth is killed for claiming to be the Son of God. He's alive again after 3 days, but each writer tells it differently because the eyewitnesses saw it from different angles.
So, you think that all 4 of the Gospels can be harmonised? Like a recorder quartet?
Yes. It's not that we always have a definite answer, but you can always put things together in a way that makes sense. Do you see why I said that it's often our starting point that makes the difference rather than the evidence itself?
Yeah, that makes sense.
When we want something to be true, we ask, can I believe it? But when we don't want something to be true, we ask, do I have to believe?
I hadn't really thought of it like that before. Food for thought.
Well done, Andy. Beth will be pleased. We should give you something for your troubles. Do you like pizza?
I'm sure this garden is getting smaller.
It does happen surprisingly often.